Oh, this damn widescreen.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Jam Podcast. I'm your humble host, ChampionBrown, and
I'm your cousin and co-host, OttoPilot.
all right. Hey, ignore all that trash back there. All right, this is my house. I don't want to have nobody say anything about my house. All right. Besides, those are all my files and important papers that I need. So y'all don't worry about that. All right. Hey, cuz come a little closer.
That allows us to bring this configured podcast straight to you. So please understand that there's a lot of work that's put in behind this.
Yes. So this is our second episode, but it's our first official one. So where we're gonna actually talk about gaming. So, but before we do all that, we're gonna talk about a little things about our personal life a little bit. We're gonna talk about the games I've been playing. So I've been playing the game Black Myth Wukong, and boy, I can tell you, Black Myth Wukong, it's a game that's good when it's good, and when it's bad, it's bad.
What makes it good? What makes it bad?
Well, what makes it good is that like there's a flow. There is a flow to combat. Like there is a massive. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I forgot to turn off the stove. Sorry about that. I was making mac and cheese. I know. This
is real raw and authentic. Brought to you straight live. There is no cap. There's no clout chasing. We are coming to you live, direct, and in full effect.
Live from the studio. Hear this sound effect right here? Yeah, we got people cheering in the background. Anyway, yeah. So what makes Black Myth Wukong a good game is the combat. When it flows, it flows. I'm talking about like you can do some real cool stuff. You cannot when you get the like you can do all the stuff basically like some Wukong. You know, he can pull out a strand of his hair. He can make his clones and stuff. And like the boss fights, some boss fights are really cool, but then some boss fights are just really bad, and they just prolong it for no reason. Oh my bad, I turned the camera off.
So what makes a bad boss fight?
So well, you know when the boss has like a phase when they can just transform and they can just hit you, but you can't hit them. Your character, he's not actually Wukong. He's called the Destined One. So your character, the Destined One, he doesn't have like a long range projectile. And I'm just like, sometimes when I'll be running in a game and I'm getting shot by dudes with arrows, and the only thing I can do is just use one of my attacks to block the attacks. And I'm just like, wait a minute, why can't this man just reflect it back? Like, why can't I have like a reflector or something?
Right.
Yeah, so this man, so then, you know, and then when I'm getting shot by, like, the arrows and stuff, like, I'm like, damn, like, can I at least have a projectile or something so I can shoot back? Like, god damn. And then, go ahead.
No, I was just listening to what you were saying. That is a constructive criticism. The developers of the game, I wonder why they didn't give him a bigger variety of an arsenal.
I think it's more so, like, because he actually does have a large arsenal. Like, he can transform in all these different forms. He gets like all these different weapons and these different forms, and then he gets all these different like magic seals and stuff. Basically, trying to keep it in line with everything some Wukong could do in the mythology.
So, which attack has the longest range?
Yes. Which attack has the longest range? There is one transformation where he can like do like a bunch of like sword slices and like they'll like shoot out projectiles, but it's a transformation. That's like limit. That's like a limited transformation.
And it's still kind of melee. It's sword slices.
Yeah, okay. But like even still, like he can. It's still a projectile. It's still better than nothing. And then like he has his you know, he can change in the mythology. You know, he can change his staff. He can change his staff at will. So he can change the length of it. So there's like one of the stances I think is cool is called the pillar stance, where like he transforms his spear and makes it really long, and then you know he sits on top of it. Like you ever watch them animes? You remember the animes where the characters they like sit on top of their weapon? Yeah, they sit on top of that weapon, and then like or they're sitting on top of like a tower, and then like when he's sitting on top of his weapon, like he slams it down.
Right.
And then then like I think it's cool because like he'll fly down the pole. Like there's a combo where like he'll fly down the pole, then he's like swinging around it, like he's swinging around it, and then like he's over there kicking him. That one is very cool.
So do you think that they purposely put that limitation on the character, or do you think it's something that they just neglect? Like, hey, character, like gamers may also want to have longer range attacks. Those are fun.
Yeah. So this is the name of the game company is called Game Science. They're a Chinese company. And I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, this game really screams this is their first AAA game. Because if you haven't noticed, or if you haven't known, like this game has sold 10 million copies. Like for their first AAA game, this game has sold 10 million copies.
For those of you who might be confused, if you were selling albums, that'd be like going diamond.
Yeah, triple platinum, double platinum. You staying on top. You staying on top of billboards. You staying in the top 100 songs in the billboards, bro. That's exactly what that means.
Yep. That's incredible, especially now where the space of gaming just has so many titles and so many different what you call it, studios and engines as well. So it's just great to see one of them break out. You say it was their first AAA game. Yeah, that's amazing. So we understand the limitations they probably had with their first title, but hopefully they continue and they do make those on the franchise. One
criticism that everybody has all across the board is that it's a biome. And in some games where you get a map, like if you're playing Mario, you don't need no map when you're playing Mario.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like Mario, like you're always knowing where you go because the environments look extremely different.
Right.
And this game, bro, this game needs a map, son. I get lost, like, bro, like you ever play? I know you remember we played Prince of Persia, that OG game on the OG Prince of Persia on the GameCube.
Right.
Yeah. I know you was lost so many times trying to figure out where to go.
Well, everything was kind of stuff like a stage, right? So once you maneuver through whatever corners or whatever type of like vertical movements you needed to make, that was fine. Maybe if you had to go back and go find something, that was a little bit difficult.
Yeah, but
a map would have definitely been helpful. Yes.
This game needs a map because sometimes I'll be playing this game and I'm thinking, okay, here goes a cool little corner that I can go to, and it's invisible walls, like it's back in like the early 2000s. I'm like, bro, like games don't do this no more.
True.
Like you can at least walk into the wall, but like there'll be like this big wide open field, and you think there's gonna be something there, and there's nothing there. There's you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then there's one other thing that is a really big problem with this game. The map, the map. What else are I talking about?
Not to cut you off, but going back to your first point, do you feel like it's worth it the times when you go to an invisible wall and you check, you don't find something? Is it worth the time and effort and trade off of searching at least?
It's how can I put this? It's worth it when you feel like something is gonna be there.
Okay, yeah.
Whether it's another boss or whether it's just another an item, even if it's just even if it's just not like a big really collectible item or anything cool like that, it'll just be like a little collectible. Even if it's just a little collectible, it's worth it. But it's not worth it when you're trying to go past all these places. You find a little hole and you think you can go there, and you can't go there. Right. And then you go around the corner thinking there's something else there in that area, and then there's absolutely nothing there but just an enemy to ambush.
Ooh, okay. Is there any XP in this game?
Oh yeah. There's XP in this game.
So that might be the only resolution in this game.
Yeah, but it's like I'm still trying to find like the places to like where I can grind, because it's like, hey, like disclaimer, like I'm a gamer, bro, but listen, I ain't got time to be playing all these games all day, bro. I will go on YouTube and find a guide just to be like, hey, what place can I grind XP, bro? I ain't got time for all that, bro. I don't.
It's a luxury to be young again, to have a full schedule ahead of you, saying I can dedicate this many hours to gaming. It's the other way around, where you have the free time that you can dedicate to gaming, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. So what about you, cuz, man? Any games you've been playing lately?
Lately, just some mobile games. Honestly, some things that kind of like just past time. Let me double check here.
What mobile games you been playing, cuz?
Got to double check the actual title to get it right, because there's very similar ones that are just like it.
Because if you're playing Genshin Impact, bro,
no, Block Battle. It's like a Tetris game. It's one of those. And Bit Life, of course, everybody loves that one. What's the one I just got off my phone? Because what kept happening was, anytime I closed the app, it wouldn't save my progress. And then I finally peeped it, and I was like, man, I've been wasting maybe like 3 or 4 days. Like, so like unless you make like an action, it doesn't save your progress.
Yeah. Because we got to get, because, hey, trust me, like me and my cuz, we're both grown men. This is our first time doing this ever. Like, had we been younger and doing this, like, this would be much easier for us now.
I
But
also feel like we're just more responsible and won't get canceled, or like, to be honest, like we won't run into those like pitfalls younger people get themselves into. I believe that this would be a breath of fresh air for a lot of people who find ourselves of the same age and kind of still doing the same things.
Yeah.
And it's like having a more mature perspective. You're not going to see any type of clout chase. We're not going to be setting off fireworks in here. No.
you saw that constant ass
Yes,
train, did you?
yes, I did. And I was like, what is going on? And then it's like, I don't know if just like how their brains work. Because then they were trying to figure out, well, why won't the nice penthouse let us stay there and stream there? And I'm like, do you guys see what you do?
You rent, bro. You cannot be renting people's property out and then fucking they shit up, bro. What's wrong with y'all?
Bingo. And then also, like, isn't the bag big enough where y'all can buy your own space and you can do whatever you want? But they know they're gonna mess it up. That's why, like, nobody wants to mess with their own crib. Like, stop it, cut it out.
Man,
Cut
bro.
it out.
But on that note, let's get ready for these notes right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is the PlayStation State of Play. For the most part, State of Play has had just PlayStation is played with just a lot of remasters, bro. So you remember that game, The Last of Us? Yeah. So they have a remastered version of The Last of Us 1, The Last of Us Part 2, and they have a whole nother remaster of The Last of Us Part 2. You know how long ago The Last of Us Part 2 came out, cuz?
Yes, but it's a classic, so I think people will want to go back and go play that.
Because The Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020.
Yeah.
That's not a classic.
Wait.
It can't be a classic.
We live in different times, bro. We really do. We really live in different times where somebody might wait a week and cost them.
Nah, bro. Like, you can't call a game a classic when it's 4 years old, bro. Like, you're not gonna call a 4-year-old kid. You're not gonna call a 4-year-old kid like a teenager.
No, but like, if you were graduating high school, you could look back at ninth grade and be like, "Oh, those are some classic moments that we had."
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I just feel like maybe because we're a little bit older, we've seen like real classics, like
Yeah.
Sega Genesis classics, yes, the Nintendo 64 classics. But I think if you're in the 12th grade, you can definitely look back and say, "Man, The Last of Us."
I just
Remember we used to
like,
play that back in the ninth grade?
yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah. Wait, we played The Last of Us came out in 2013.
Oh,
We can say I can say The Last of Us. I can say The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us back in the PS3 because the first Last of Us came out on the PS3.
yeah.
Phenomenal. We're not gonna go into all the other controversy in The Last of Us Part 2. We're gonna say that for another day.
What is a classic without controversy? That's a serious question. What is a classic without controversy?
Look, man, like we can go on and on about how The Last of Us, how Joel was robbed in The Last of Us 2. We can go on and on about that, but we're not going to. We're gonna stay on topic.
Hey, some of us are still mad that Scar killed the boss. I'm just saying. That's where we are in life.
Hey, listen, man. If Scar didn't kill Mufasa, Simba wouldn't grow into to be the king that he was meant to be.
And listen, some people are still mad that Chris Brown died 5 minutes into Stomp the Yard. It's like, what is a classic without controversy? They go together. So please, bear with us as you enjoy our podcast. Classics come with controversy. Thank you.
Okay. Probably the biggest game that I'm really excited for is Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sonic X Shadow Generations is a re-release of the game Sonic Generations that came out in 2011 for Sonic's 25th anniversary, which I was all over when I was a kid. When I was younger, I was 11, so I was like 16, 17 when the game came out. 7, I think I was I'm not good at math, y'all. I'm not good at math.
Well, you don't have to be good at math. No, this guy is one of the best Sonic players in the world.
Yes, I am.
In the world.
I am, bruh. I was watching the gameplay for Sonic X Shadow Generations for the Tokyo Game Show. I'm like, bruh, y'all need me, bruh. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all need me to play this game, man. Yeah.
I wish they made it in a way where, I don't know, Sonic could be like a competitive game. If that makes sense, like amongst players, like, and to see like who, I don't know, is ranked. I I remember they used to rank like how you like defeated a stage, like rank A, rank B.
They
rank
did.
C.
They still do that.
They still. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like they should have a ranking for players across the globe, and like they should
They
be able
do.
to see. They do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think on the next one, you should definitely put your name in the hat and become one of the greatest.
Yeah. They yeah. You remember Time Attack back in the old Genesis games, right?
I didn't play Time Attack. I told you, I gave up on Sonic the first time I played it. The only time I played it was when I played it with you guys.
Listen.
You, Shane, us, all together playing. What was that one again? The
Sonic Adventure 2.
Sonic Adventure 2. That's right. That's
Listen.
right.
See, the key to Sonic is to not collect all the rings. You said you wanted to make him rich. That's the key.
Rich. Don't put the rings out there if I can't have it. Because listen, if there's $100 here and $100 there, how can I pass over just to finish it up fast?
Listen,
that makes no sense to me.
The rings are his health. Like the key is to grab the rings as you go, not to grab all the rings as you go. You got to just grab a couple rings. Like eventually you'll get 100 rings.
But they're so shiny, and I feel like somebody else is gonna get my rings. I did.
Nobody else gonna grab the rings but Sonic, bro. Who else gonna grab the rings?
You gotta understand me at 4, 5, 6 years old. I was like, my parents wouldn't approve if I didn't go get those rings. They'd be like, you're being slackness, something like that. They'd be no. So that's why I had a hard time embracing the.
Oh, you had to collect everything.
Yeah,
you had to get all the coins in Mario too.
Yes, I did. That's how I felt.
Yeah, but back to Sonic Shadow Generations. I'm really excited for this game, not just because I'm a Sonic fan and I know I'm wearing Super Mario. Mario's cool, but Mario will never be Sonic. Anyway,
I can't believe you just said I respectfully disagree.
Mario will never be Sonic, bro.
Mario's been out longer than Sonic.
I know, but Mario. I said Mario will never be Sonic.
Well, I don't think he was trying to be Sonic at all. I think Mario's been trying to be Mario the whole time. He says his name.
Okay, you're right.
Sonic does talk, but I don't like his voice like that. To be honest, I might be a hater. But
well,
Mario. What?
Sonic's went through like 3 different voice actors.
Ain't that something? He's a phony. He's a fraud. Mario's the real one.
Hey, bro, we are not gonna accept this Sonic slander. We are not gonna accept this Sonic slander.
It's not slander if it's true. It's not. That's just, the first voice didn't work. The second voice didn't work.
Bro, Steve Urkel voiced Sonic, bro. That was the first Sonic voice.
They got the right idea.
Jaleel White.
They got the wrong black guy. Unfortunately, that's all. I think people want to hear DMX play Sonic. I'm just saying.
How's that gonna work, bro? RIP DMX. How's that gonna work?
With AI.
With AI. Listen, bro. You and this AI, bro. We gonna have to talk after this, bro. How's DMX gonna work with Sonic?
I don't know, but pay his family if y'all do that.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, just like see you see where I'm going with this. DMX should play Sonic because it makes sense. I feel like they have the same type of spirit. I never seen Sonic quit. I never seen Sonic back against the ropes. Nope.
Bro, Sonic is supposed to be he's supposed to be a teenager. He's like, bro, like he's not supposed to be a doggone. He's not supposed to be DMX, bro. He's not supposed to be a Rough Rider. I can see Sonic being a Rough Rider,
but Sonic has a crew. Like he's a Rough Rider. I'm just saying he didn't come alone. He did not come alone. He did not. He brought some dogs with him. He really did, because Knuckles is no slouch. Tails is no slouch. I'm being honest here. I think if not DMX, somebody similar, because I think it would be very fitting for Sonic. I think remember when they tried to make Sonic all like cute and cuddly? People like, no, cut that out.
Bro, Sonic been let me not say cute and cuddly, but Sonic was always supposed to be like
I'm talking about when they came out with the movie animation. People were like, oh
no. They weren't supposed to make Sonic cute and cuddly in the Sonic movie. They were trying to make him look realistic.
Oh.
Bruh, everybody, even me included, I was like, what is this, bruh? Y'all are not, bruh. Bruh, if this movie gets released, bruh, ain't nobody gonna watch it, bruh. I'm not gonna watch it.
They get it so wrong. They're asking the wrong people for feedback on stuff like this.
Yeah.
I feel like when they came out with it, they thought that the OGs weren't gonna come in and check that. They thought that they were just gonna be able to give it to the kids, and we weren't gonna be like, Sonic? No, that's Sonic like a big old cat in human form. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He's a hedgehog, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So he looked like, the cap emoji. That's what I looked like.
The cap
emoji.
The cap emoji. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it felt like when I saw the animated Sonic in the movie. I was like, somebody's lying. And I felt like it was AI done wrong. Maybe somebody didn't make it. Maybe they were just like, Make me a Sonic.
Funny enough, that came out before AI. Before AI and entered images and all that other stuff, that came out way before AI.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Regardless,
I got my conspiracies about how they tried to do Sonic so wrong, and we had to step up and fight back as a people.
listen, regardless, they got it right now because now Sonic the Hedgehog movie has 1, 2, and 3, with the third one coming out with Shadow. I can't wait for that one.
See, but if we didn't correct that, imagine 3 versions of Sonic. That would have been
Man, imagine Shadow looking like that, bro. Hell no.
Exactly.
Everybody would have rioted if Shadow looked like that, bro.
But also, this is I hate to do this guy, but I made the point. Like, if you let them mess it up, they will, and they have all this money to mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opposite, in my opinion. I feel like you should give them less money.
Yeah, but Sonic X Shadow Generations, man, I bought the limited edition. It was $200. Hey, listen, it came with all this stuff, bro. So I think it was worth the money, especially if you're trying to collect. I'm trying to get more into collecting figures and stuff. But I'm not gonna But I'm also going active duty in the military, so it's not gonna make sense for me to buy all this stuff now. But regardless, Sonic X Shadow Generations is coming out October 25th, man. Y'all get it if you're a Sonic fan. Get it if you're curious. And I can tell you right now, man, just the gameplay with Shadow alone and all his cool powers and stuff with Sonic X Shadow Generations, boy, I can't wait.
Did you see it, Sonic and Shadow Generation? It's good to see that.
Oh, go ahead.
It's good to see that. I love that Sonic and Shadow are kind of on the same level.
Yeah. Now we're gonna move on to the rest of the state of play. Well, the state of play also released the sequel, or apparently it's a prequel because it comes out. It's 300 years before. Either it's 300 years or 300 years after. I might have to do a quick Google search of it, but the most critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Oh, you heard it? Oh, you heard of that?
Oh no, but put me on. I like the name itself. I'm very interested.
Yeah. So Ghost of Yote is the sequel to the 2020 game Ghost of Tsushima. I spelled Tsushima wrong. Yeah, cause this game right here, when you get you a PS5, which I saw they're selling for like $500.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we'll talk about the PS4 Pro in a minute, but yeah, Ghost of Yote came out, and I'm excited because Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima was the coolest game I've ever played.
That's what's up. What'd you like about it?
It was just basically how they told the story and how they just set everything up. It's like the man is a samurai. He's supposed to be like an honorable samurai, learning all the samurai codes from his uncle. And then the Mongols invade. This takes place back when the Mongols invaded Japan. And so now he was conflicted. He had to learn from one of his friends that saved him that you can't be such an honorable person, bro. You got to do what you got to do to save your country, bro.
There you go. And the quick history lesson about the Mongols and Genghis Khan. That man was so dominant. I think I don't want to get it wrong, but 1 in every 6. Is it Asian person or just 1 in every 6 Chinese person is related? They're related to Genghis Khan. He was getting around. He was really And I heard that the Great Wall of China was built to keep him out or something like that.
It was built to keep all of them out.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we won't see Mulan in this franchise, but it's all kind of related. So if you like Mulan, you might like this too.
Hey, if they do make a Mulan game, they're gonna call that thing probably Ghost of China or something like that.
Yeah.
Ghost of Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
and I want to say, was it Mulan was one of the first or only Disney princesses to have a tattoo? I think that was a trivia question.
I don't know. I remember watching Mulan like that. I just remember Mushu. The sun on you, the sun on your cow.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I remember.
Another classic with some controversies.
Yeah.
Another classic with some controversies.
But now we're gonna move on to the PlayStation Pro. So the PlayStation Pro, if you're living on the rock, PlayStation Pro was just announced, and let's just say $700 for a console without a disc drive, that's kind of a ridiculous price.
It's a cash grab. Just say it, cuzzo. Just say it.
It's a cash grab.
It's a cash
grab. It's a cash grab.
Buying the PS Pro does not make you a pro. It doesn't. It doesn't. It makes you a goofy that wanted to spend extra money, and some people are going to do that because they're going to be able to go on YouTube and say, "Oh, what they call it again? First touch, or what do they call it? When they have the first unboxing of it or whatever, and then the first playing it. What do they call it on YouTube? They're trying to make
Content creators.
Yeah, but like, what do they call it when they first get the console?
I think I mean
we saw a whole bunch of videos for it. I can't remember what they kept titling it.
Probably hype beast.
Yeah, that's what I call them. That's exactly what I call them. So I guess if you want those additional features and you feel like it's worth that, and also just going away from having physical games.
Listen, I watched the footage of it, the PS5 Pro compared to the regular PlayStation 5. I'm good on that, bro. Like all it is to me. It's just more of
It feels very iPhone-ish. It feels very like, oh, iPhone 16, iPhone 15. Like we're gonna keep upgrading you, and then if you decide that you want this, like some people who just got it like that are just gonna buy it just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the money. I'm just gonna waste my money. Well, I wouldn't say waste my money. I'm gonna spend my money there. So if you have it, hey. Yeah. But in this times of inflation and just other cutbacks that people have been having, like this is not the time to be doing that. In my opinion, Sony. Shame on you.
Nah, Sony, you're on fraud watch. You're on fraud watch. Yeah. But I'm just like, to me, it's like we're like, well, why the original PS5? Normally when they re-release a console, like I remember like PS4 Slim, like the price was just a little bit cheaper.
I want to say. So like when they do drop the PS5 Pro,
people
will buy the PS5. I think it'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
Essentially. So like I said, it's kind of like the iPhone thing. Like when the 16 drops, the 15 gets cheaper.
Yeah.
When the 17 eventually drops, the 16 gets cheaper. So I think Sony is just pulling the Apple play where they're just like, we're just gonna put one out so then people will start getting PS5. Some people still have PS4.
Yeah. I should have showed you that video of this dude. His PS4 is about to blow up, bro. This man, guys, like he has a frozen bottle of water and a bag of ice on top of his PS4. I'm like, bro, y'all seen that meme of the dude with the Gucci bag that's like all wrapped up and tone up to hell, and it says it's over, bro. Just let it go. That's exactly this dude with that PS4, bro. He needs to let it die.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you should take care of your stuff when you do have it so it doesn't have to be in that condition. I feel like all of our consoles, I can't remember one that ever went out on us. Like we always took good care of our stuff. So.
I wouldn't even really say we took good care of it. Just like we weren't like banging on. We just weren't banging on our shit. We weren't just like throwing our shit.
At all. The only incident I can remember with my GameCube was it falls on my finger. I don't know if it was broken or not, but I didn't tell anybody. I'm assuming it just got jammed up real bad.
Boy, you already know Unc didn't play that, bro. You already know Unc didn't play that, bro.
He didn't like the hospital. That's what I like to say. He did not like the hospital. Very careful with what you say and what you do.
Yeah. I think your dad is like the equivalent to Julius from Everybody Hates Chris, bro.
You could adequately say that. You definitely can. Even to this day, it's still very frugal. Very frugal.
Yeah.
I just had to get my fob replaced. And I got two of them because I was like, man, the situation I put myself in by losing the fob, I want to have a spare. So it just makes it a lot more convenient and not have to be where it's kind of just like a situation where it's just very inconvenient. So I went and got the spare, and he was like, you could have saved da-da-da-da-da-da. He like rattled it off to it like $173.76. I was like, oh, my bad. So yes, he's very good with numbers, very good with math, especially when it comes to stuff like spending money. So, yeah. And you want to talk about the Everybody Hates Chris animated series? I know it's not really on your notes or a part of gaming.
Yeah. We can do that. We can do that. Cool, yeah, so we can get a little sidetracked a bit. You know, we ain't got to just always talk about gaming. But I watched the first episode of the Everybody Still Hates Chris. It's the animated continuation of Everybody Hates Chris, the original live action show. And At first, anytime when people bring back reboots and everything, or like I wouldn't even really say this is a reboot because this is a continuation. Anytime like people try and bring up, anytime people like make an animated version of their show, I could tell you right now, this show, it takes a little minute to build up or to get used to, but I would say like I was fairly impressed with the show because I laughed my ass off to the racist ass principal that he had.
Still,
because her ass is still there.
Still, and I'd say Chris or Tyler James Williams. He mentioned that they were going to be bringing it back. I didn't believe him for one because it's like you're not Chris Rock. So until Chris Rock says it, I was kind of like, I don't want to get my hopes up. And then two, like they're the producers on it, and I think when the actors are also the producers on it, things will go well.
Yeah.
Please let that happen, especially with like shows like that. Let the actors have a say in how it's done. Please.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. Please, please, please. Because we saw what happened with the Good Times, right? And it's like, that's not the same Good Times people wanted to see. It's not even the same characters. Like, nothing about it was the same. And you lost everything that people loved that made it good times. And you made it bad times. You made it ghetto times. And that's not what we want. Sorry,
I'm like,
Steph Curry. Sorry, Norman Lear. Sorry, Seth.
Nah. Not sorry, Norman Lear, bro. He the main reason for all of that. And then Seth MacFarlane and the doggone, what was it? The damn doggone baby that deals drugs.
Bingo.
Like, bro, like you're trying to put a black Stewie in your show, bro. Just keep Stewie in Family Guy, dog.
You think so? I thought it was more. What's his name in the Cleveland show?
Oh, Rollo.
Rollo. That's what I thought it was. In my opinion. That's I was like, that's Rollo on steroids. And it's just like. It allowed Seth MacFarlane to go into places that I felt like he couldn't on the Cleveland show, if that makes sense. And now he can because it's on Netflix. Because Steph Curry is the executive producer. He felt like he could get away with certain stuff like this. Nobody said nothing. But also, from what I understand, because the other actors also talked about it on YouTube, like they weren't able to see the animation. They just did the voiceover.
Yeah.
Their first time seeing it was on Netflix. And it's like, that's kind of a dirty game to play.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the actors should be the producers as well.
Right. Okay. And on that note, since we're talking about the PlayStation PS5 Pro, we're gonna get off the PS5 Pro a bit. We're gonna talk about the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh wow. Do you think they should get more creative with names, or do or just the fact that it's a sequel makes sense?
They're probably gonna like, no Nintendo. They're probably gonna call it something else. I'm trying to think. What were the specs on this thing? We're looking on the website right now. Okay. So the Nintendo Switch 2, not this website. Everything we know. Okay, here we go. Games Radar. Nintendo Switch 2. Let's see right here, because I know it said that the specs are going to be close to the PS4 Pro.
Okay.
Latest terms, Rod. Latest rumor.
So there
okay,
is
here we go.
Petition.
Yeah.
See, I like that. I like put them out of business, Nintendo. Put them out of business. I don't think that's going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
No. So people who play Sony would never ever drift back to Nintendo. So Nintendo started first.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that I'm not like super into like specs and stuff and all this other stuff. I just understand what flows well and what could do well. So if you guys are looking for like a more like educated thing and more educated aspect of gaming and stuff, like you're gonna have to give us some time for that, because I'm still trying to read up on like specs and stuff, and I'm still trying to read articles and all that other stuff just to try and make our podcast a little bit more informative as well too.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of people who are big on specs, especially games. I completely understand where you're coming from with that. I was gonna say, for me, video games are all about feel. It doesn't matter how great the graphics are or how many frames per second you're putting out. But if it doesn't feel like a good game, then I wouldn't sit there and play for hours.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can tell what's a good game and what's a bad game. But
it doesn't take long either. I promise you
it doesn't. But definitely Nintendo Switch 2, it's rumored to be close to the PS4 Pro, and I'm assuming the LED and everything. It's gonna have a better screen and all that. So obviously it's gonna have a better screen and everything. And then the OLED. Man. The eMMC storage is like the original entry level Steam Deck, which is faster than current Switch's internal memory. You know about that?
A little bit, yes. So that is very impressive, and that they weren't like too high and mighty to be like, oh, we use Steam Engine instead.
Yeah. Digital Foundry points out that we don't know yet whether the chip's destined to the Switch. I mean, this is kind of how I feel like with the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
See, I hated the Nintendo Wii U. I felt like that big old tablet was a monstrosity. But I feel like Nintendo got it right with the Switch. I feel like what Nintendo could do, if they ever do decide to make a console that could have like the AAA graphics and all that stuff, which I know they're not gonna do. If they make the Switch just like the Wii U, well, like they got the console itself where they can put the disc in there, and then like the tablet, the tablet's not this big obnoxious monster.
Right. You know what's crazy? I love the evolution of Nintendo because they kind of figured out like you didn't have to make a whole console. The concept of the remote itself, you can just incorporate it into the console.
Yeah.
So I think that was dope that they went to the Wii U and they went to the Nintendo Switch, and you still have those type of controllers you can move with. I think that's all it was about.
Yeah. Wii Fit boxing, remember that?
Remember when like the Wii was like promoted as like, oh, we're gonna get kids off the couch and being healthy and stuff. I will say yes, we played a lot of hours of Just Dance. We definitely got up there and flick your wrist, and do all that like fake dance and stuff. Never learned how to dance, but definitely got high scores.
Man,
yes.
You already know it. Ain't none of that was real dancing. Boy.
No, it really wasn't. No. It was basically like Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
I'll say kind of easy.
Bro, I tried playing Guitar Hero, man. Like, you got to know how to play guitar to play Guitar Hero, bro.
Guitar Hero goes along with Red Bull and Monster and other anything. There's no way. You need your full focus. You can't be doing anything else.
Yeah.
But also a classic. Like, people talk about, like, good video games. Like, I feel like these ideas that became original concepts and, like, took over, we need better games like that, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm tired of seeing, like I say, 2K or Madden, like just be these big old monstrosities that take up so much space in the gaming atmosphere. We could be better games, you know? Yeah,
2K and Madden's never gonna stop because this leads me to a segment I did want to discuss. Let's talk about 2K. Madden, well, not even just 2K and Madden. Let's just talk about the gaming industry in general.
Okay.
So, the gaming industry, as we all know, games that are being released. We discussed live service games in our first podcast. Games that are being released with like terrible. Let me not say terrible graphics, but they're being released with a lot of bugs and glitches, and people are still spending microtransactions. They're still spending a bunch of money on these games.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of you guys, some of y'all, like, y'all gotta wake up, man.
And these aren't like cool bugs and glitches like back in the day. These are like, oh, we didn't take enough time to fix our game, basically. And it's like, you're giving me a
get yourself into the mic, cuz.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Pull yourself up to the mic.
Oh yeah, I was saying that these are not cool like bugs or glitches or like hidden like Easter eggs. These are like, no, we didn't spend enough time on the game, and we still put it out because we had a deadline and we did not put the man hours to figure it out. Yeah, they've seen these bugs before and didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah, so it's like I've seen that, and it's been plaguing a lot of these games lately, where it's like, oh, we'll just release the game as it is now, and then like later down the line, we'll give it patches to be fixed, and it's like we'll still be grateful for the patches, but it's like, come on now,
it's so obnoxious. It's like I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones when they came out and they were like, oh, like it was like kind of close to the end where they were kind of getting lazy and sloppy, where it's like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like we did everything we're supposed to do. Like the episode was really dark, the lighting was bad. And they're like, no, like it's supposed to be that way. But then there was a Starbucks cup underneath the table So it's like, hold on. So first you told us we didn't know what we were talking about. Now there's an obvious sign that you guys were just very sloppy. Like, how did nobody catch that and move the Starbucks cup out of the way? So
Yeah,
with these bugs and glitches, to me, it's just them being obnoxious. Like, yeah, we made all
yeah,
this money. Like, we're gonna continue to make all this money until gamers decide to stop messing with those games.
yeah. It's like, yeah, like you guys, us at the bottom, us, the consumer. The consumer has the most power, bro, and that's one thing y'all don't understand. Like, look at like earlier when we discussed about the Sonic movie. Look at that bad Sonic design. Look at that bad design for Sonic. Nobody stood for that. Everybody said, "Yo, this is garbage." And fact about it, it was such a the gamers and everybody, we all pushed for like this movie not to be released so much that they said that Sega and Paramount, they said, okay, you know what? We see what's going on here. This looks bad. Let's actually dial it back. And then they get Tyson Hess, the one of the guys that draws Sonic really well in the comics, and he's the one that remade Sonic, remade the movie design for Sonic. And now look how successful the Sonic movie is now. It has 3 movies now.
It's never too late to do the right thing.
Yeah, like dog, like y'all can't like we can't keep us as gamers. Like, I'm saying us as gamers, but like us as people in general, like bro, like we got to learn to push back against these companies, bro. Because like at the end of the day, do not go after these game developers, bro. Don't go after these game developers, bro. Because like I guarantee you, it's not their fault. These people are trying to do their jobs. They trying to make it. They trying to make a living, but it's not the game developers' fault. It's the CEOs. It's the people at the top that are like whipping them.
Right.
They're whipping them like Hebrew slaves. Like, hey, hurry up and get this done now, so that I can have my pockets filled up.
Basically, yeah.
Like, I spent so much money on a Lamborghini, and I need to hurry up and pay it off right now. So I need y'all to hurry the fuck up.
Video games are a business. They are a business. They are a business more than anything ever. So please, don't give a bad company your business. Would you eat dog doodle off the ground and be like, "Oh, it tastes great" because it got Sony on it? No, you wouldn't. So please, don't buy games that have glitches or bugs that they didn't fix.
But a lot of y'all not gonna listen. And unfortunately, most gamers today are kids. So it's like,
And some are cloud chasers. Some
yeah,
are content creators. So they feel like they have to buy this game and make the content. So,
yeah. So like I remember when Madden 25 was being released, and I was trying to tell my sister about like, hey, like make sure Kai doesn't get this and that and the third. Just make sure he plays the game. But like, bro, they're putting microtransactions in like dance moves. Like, dang, this boy can't just play the game and unlock these dance moves naturally. Like he can unlock them, but they're putting like a level up system. And they're taking forever for him to get it. Go ahead.
Right. I was going to say that they had to pay a lot of the players now because of how things are going. What they call the name, image, and likeness deals. So now because college players are getting paid, now they have to put in more microtransactions. So don't be surprised if you score a touchdown. They're like, "Do you want your points?" Right. So it's just like there is no bounds or limits to what they will do. So please, tell them to stop playing with y'all. Like I said,
Yeah.
When the game starts to feel like it's playing you and you got to pay to play, I was never a fan of that. If your game was paid to play, I'm just gonna pick a different game.
Yeah.
No.
That's why games like Wukong, Black Myth Wukong are so successful. There's no microtransactions.
There you go.
People just want to play a game and have fun, and that's what that game focuses on: playing a game and having fun with cool story and cool combat.
I feel like once you have microtransactions, you say, "I don't believe in my game, and I need to make money elsewhere because people are not going to buy my product." So there you go.
Yeah. That's like, and like this has been happening with Assassin's Creed, and this is we're gonna lead, and we're gonna talk about other problems within the gaming, gaming as well. So it's been happening with Assassin's Creed 2, where it's like in Assassin's Creed, like the first previous Assassin's Creed, the games were coming out, they were really good, but it's like as they became yearly releases. Like there was a time when Assassin's Creed was like Call of Duty, because even Call of Duty has that same problem with the microtransactions and everything, but Assassin's Creed is like, you heard of Assassin's Creed Shadows, right?
Yes, and when we talk about Assassin's Creed, I feel like they put Prince of Persia out of business. Maybe it's just me. I feel like Assassin's Creed took Prince of Persia's whole shebang, put a cloak and dagger over it, and went running with it. My opinion.
Have you heard about Assassin's Creed? Because Assassin's Creed was before it was gonna be Assassin's Creed. It was really gonna be called Prince of Persia Assassin.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so you were gonna play as the assassin that protects the prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. But like I guess one thing turned to another, and then Assassin's Creed became its a great franchise. Assassin's Creed is still a great franchise. I mean, there's still plenty of things that haven't been happening that's been good with it, but at the end of the day, Assassin's Creed is still a great franchise. But at the same time, it's like with the new game Assassin's Creed Shadows. What's been happening with that game, or what the same thing with like Ubisoft's other game, Star Wars Outlaws. What they're doing is they're making like these they're giving you the base game, which is $70, and then they're giving you like the deluxe edition, and then the ultimate digital deluxe edition, and then they're making you and then they're not making you, but then there's also like another edition where like you can spend $17 a month just to play the game earlier.
That sounds like a drug addiction. Y'all need to give it up,
bro. Like one of them, like the same thing is with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's like with Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's the same. It's like I'm messing up. I talk too fast, and then my brain goes on overload. So let me slow myself down.
That's how upset we are. Assassin's Creed, cut it out. Cut it out. Just put out a good game. Like you guys have a great concept. You guys have a great storyline. Everything about it is fire, so why mess it up by going for the cash grab? The cash grab is always going to put a sour taste in my mouth, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah. But, it's like, bro, like, Ubisoft, you guys got a great concept. You're taking, excuse me, you're taking, like, pieces of history, and you're making your own little story with it. Like that, bro. Like Ubisoft, bro. Like you guys are sitting on a gold mine with Assassin's Creed. Guys, just slow down and make the game good. Which is kind of what I feel like has happened now. Because with Assassin's Creed Shadows, cause you good?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you for clarification. Is Ubisoft an engine or a studio?
It's a studio.
It's a studio. Gotcha.
Yeah. So with Assassin's Creed Shadows, the game was gonna be released this November, but they decided they're going to release the game. The heck? Oh my. Okay.
So they're gonna release it when? Earlier or later?
Later.
Later. Okay, why is that? They got
to charge my laptop real quick. Jesus.
Some of y'all is real raw and in effect. But,
hey man, one take is all we doing, man.
Freestyling.
Yeah. But I feel like what's happening right now is like Ubisoft's like, okay, you know what? I don't think our game is ready yet. So this is a good time. If the game company is telling me, hey, it's saying, hey, like, it's like we need more time to like let this game like be good.
Right.
So they're pushing the game back to be released in 2025. I think that a lot of people think that's a bad sign. I think that's a good sign because there was one game I forgot that got pushed back, and the game ended up being good. The game ended up being better. So they decided because they had to work on it for a bit.
That's typically how it goes. Like the more time you put into something, the better off it'll be.
Right. Right. And now, we're going to talk about this problem right here in video games. Because do you know what DEI is?
Yes and no, because I know what people think it is as opposed to what it actually is. Yeah.
So what actually is diversity, equity, and inclusion?
To me, it's a combat to racism, right? People understand that back in the day, way back in the day, before our time, right?
Jim Crow?
Racism was acceptable, and that was the way of the world, right?
Right.
So with these things, you cannot get rid of racism with any type of law or any type of teaching in school, right? It's kind of like it's in our society, right? So you have to find ways to combat that, and for a lot of times it's to make sure that there are black and brown or any type of minority of people inside the room, so we'll make sure the rooms are diverse and they represent America.
Right.
So I think that's what DEI is. It's just a way to deal with racism.
Right. So DEI in video games lately, there was a time when I'm just like, okay, I can kind of see what you guys are talking about, but when Assassin's Creed Shadows was announced, That was when I drew the line with you guys. So you know who Yasuke is, right? Yeah. So in Assassin's Creed Shadows, for the first time ever in an Assassin's Creed game, a real historical figure is a playable character. But to everyone else that plays video games, a lot of these guys think it's historically inaccurate that a black man is in Japan, but he was historically recorded being in Japan. Go ahead.
Japan has an interesting history with race because I remember one of my earliest questions, or the people also asked, like, why is Goku white? Like, it's like Goku does not look Japanese. Like, it's the thing. So it's like, do you make it for the mass audience? Do you make it for the gamers, or do you make it for historical context? Because if you don't explain the difference between the two, then I understand the confusion.
Yeah, but it's like the thing. But this is why I drew the line, because Yasuke is a real person. He was a real person in real human history that existed in Japan. And regardless of this guy, because there's also been an argument among historians and a lot of other like everybody's a historian all of a sudden when it comes to this subject matter in Japan. Yeah, a lot of people claim that he wasn't a samurai, he was a retainer, but it's also been on record saying that a retainer is a kind of samurai. Like, this man was up at the top with one of the most well-known feudal lords.
But if you want to believe something, you can find evidence to support your claim. So if you believe he was something that he wasn't, then you're going to be able to back that up.
Right.
And that's the issue, right? Depending on what your perspective is or what type of argument you're trying to create, you can always say anything and be like,
right,
I'm backing it up with this.
So. Right. And they don't have, and it's like, excuse me, and it's like, what's so crazy is that, like, I remember when the game was first announced, there was a Japanese girl that made a video. It was like, why are you guys saying Yasuke is not real? He is a real person. And she even spoke in Japanese to let everybody know that she was a Japanese person.
Right.
And it's like, but let's just move on past the fact that Yasuke, whether his man was a samurai or not, bro, he still was a warrior, bro.
That's true. I guess, I don't know, they wanted his name to be more black or something. So I don't know, like, or they wanted, I don't know, like, what would make everybody happy, I guess, is the question. Is it Yasuke being, I don't know.
They just want him to be a slave.
Oh, bingo.
They just want, listen, like, what's so crazy about it is, like, to a lot of you gamers who play video games all the time, bro, like, some of y'all just cannot fathom, not even just on gamers in general, like, some of y'all just cannot fathom the fact that a black man can be so much more than just a thug and a slave.
That's the unfortunate part, that people think that black history starts with slavery.
It's like, bro, like yes, Africans. So, let me get off that. But
no, you could really talk about it very quickly. I just want to say that there's black people everywhere. There's black people in Brazil. Right. I believe Brazil has the most black people. Right,
that's been on record too. There's more black people in Brazil than in America.
Exactly. So it's just like, even though people may not talk about it, like, it's everywhere. And I think now, because of the internet, like, everything is just so open and known now. Yeah. People are trying to resolve that conflict of what they thought they knew as opposed to the tough part.
Yeah. And it's just like, but a lot of them are also forgetting that, like, there's a female character. There's the female character Naoe. She is the actual assassin. And I'm quoting my favorite YouTuber of all time, the Black Okage. Y'all should go watch him in the Gaming Illuminati podcast. It gave the internet two choices. Who do they hate more? Black people or women? And obviously, they chose women.
But if it was a black woman, then the internet would have went ablaze. Because that is the ultimate sin, apparently.
Dog, it's like black people just can't be in the video games now. Like, what is the issue?
Do not surprise people with black people. Let's just say that. If there are black people coming, let them know. Please. I'm like, call it Black Assassin's Creed. Put it on BET. Like,
listen, a lot of people are saying, why are you putting a black guy in Japan? Why don't you just make a Assassin's Creed in Africa? It's called Assassin's Creed Origins, you idiots, bro. Assassin's Creed takes place in Egypt. And Egypt is in the northern region of Africa.
So you can't tell Egyptians that black people, Yeah.
Whether Egyptians want to say it or not, bro, y'all are African. Y'all are in the continent of Africa. Go ahead.
They tried to cancel Kevin Hart for saying that the original Egyptians were black. So I'm just trying to tell you, like, hey, know who you're dealing with, and do not surprise them with black people, because unless we're dancing or unless there's a party going on and there's a music playing, people are not happy to be surprised by black people. Not at all.
Bro, it's like I just don't understand it. Like, so, and there's this new game called Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a creatable character in there.
Okay.
And the creatable character is defaulted to a black man.
Oh.
And somebody made a complaint saying DEI has gotten so bad in video games now. You guys are really trying to show your game because you're putting a black man as your creatable character now. I'm like, bro, if you buy the game, play the game, you're going to change the character to a white guy. So why does it matter if the character is black or not when you're just going to change him to a white guy?
You know what? I'm going to say this for this peace on earth. Make it a white character, because we're not going to complain. I'm not going to sit up. I'm never going to be like, why didn't you guys make the default a black guy? But they will definitely say, why didn't you make the default a white guy? So please, for peace on earth, just make the default a white guy.
Bruh. Like, I'm just saying, like, what's so crazy is, like, you and me, we play games for years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, black people, we playing games for years. I don't think I've ever heard a single black person saying, man, I'm tired of playing all these white folks in these video games, bro.
Because we're used to it. Like, every default has been either white blonde or white with brown hair, to be honest. And you had to go change it to, like, what was it, Streets of Rage? Like, you had to go change it to Skate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that's what we've had to, I don't want to say deal with, because I still have fun playing the game. I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
But just understand that if Skate was the original character, a lot of people wouldn't have been playing it.
And Axel was my favorite character to play as.
There you go. Because we didn't care about race. But if you can understand and find out who really cares about race. so snowflakes, please.
Listen, like, it's so crazy because Assassin's Creed Shadows has brought out so much of these gremlins who just sit behind a computer and they just be typing on the computer furiously, bro.
They come out every season. Something. What's the Little Mermaid? Whether it was Michael B. Jordan playing the Human Torch. Am I tripping?
Yeah, you're right. Human Torch.
If it's something, it's nothing. Because to me, it's just like, that's not. I have bigger things in my life to worry about. I promise you. Like, gas is going up. I'm not worried about nothing but gas going from $2.90 to $3.15. I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. So this is what. Oh, and Ghost of Yote. So the protagonist in Ghost of Yote is a female.
Okay.
And because there's not a black guy to take the fall in there now.
Has that ever been a problem for you?
A problem for me?
Yeah.
Oh no, bro! I played Metroid.
I've played plenty of women characters, and it has never been an issue where I felt like my masculinity was being challenged, or why did you have this? Never. So I'm asking, like, in your mind, if you have a problem playing as a woman character or a character that does not represent you, why is that such a big issue? Can you not understand that video games are not real?
They're not real. Yeah, but you know, so this is I've noticed this. If the game is made by a Western developer, because I've been seeing the problems where it's like they'll make a game in the West, and like most Western games, like some of the female characters, they won't look as good, and they'll be like self inserts, and like I can see where you guys are coming from, but like that shouldn't take away the experience of the actual game itself. Like, you guys were complaining about Spider-Man 2, the Insomniac Spider-Man 2. About Mary Jane, how Mary Jane looks. I'm like, guys, like, you shouldn't be complaining about how Mary Jane looks. You should be complaining about how the developer in the game was like, you know what? I read all the comments. I heard everybody says you don't want to play Mary Jane. So guess what? I'm gonna put Mary Jane. You're gonna play Metal Gear and Mary Jane. I'm like, bruh.
I'm just happy they started putting in the game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Saying, why would you not want to see women in video games, bro?
Bingo. I think some people, and I hate to say this, like, that's like the sea urchins of the gaming community, like the very, very worst of y'all. It's like, you guys use video games to get away from women, and I'm like, no. If there are women playing video games, like, hopefully, like, we get to play against each other or something, because I don't want to play with y'all. I promise you, I don't. If you have an issue with anybody because of their race, gender, or whatever they got going on, that's very lame.
So now it's like the game Ghost of Yote, who has a female protagonist. Everyone's saying she's a girl boss character. I'm like, guys, the game just got announced. You don't even know nothing about this character. You don't know anything about this character. You don't know if she's a good character, she's a bad character. I will admit there was this game for Spoken, where the main character in there was a black girl. Now, being black was just part of who she is. I will admit that game. I will admit, like from what I've never played the game, but from what I've seen, the little bit of cutscenes that I've seen, she was an obnoxious character. I will admit that, but she wasn't obnoxious because she was black. It was just how she was written.
And how many obnoxious characters have we been given throughout the gaming community? I'm just being like, it's like, how do I say it? Maybe people are just not used to seeing those type of characters, and it is that offensive to them. And if so, like, get a grip.
Yeah.
Get a grip. Like, life will go on. I promise you're going to be okay. There are other games that you can play.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. If there's a game that I don't think is cool, like, moving on. I'm not complaining about it. I don't feel entitled to have a game capitulate towards me or feel like it wasn't made for me. Cool. Not everything is.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
And one more thing I will bring up. So you remember that game I showed you, Stellar Blade, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and you saw on the cover how beautiful the female character, the main character is, right? So you guys did not complain. They didn't, bro. These guys they fought hard, son. So there was a petition. So in Assassin's Creed Shadows, they had a petition for Assassin's Creed Shadows to get rid of Yasuke in the game or to cancel the game, period. And there was a dude on there. It was a whole white dude that made a video like trying to speak Japanese as best as he could, talking about some Watashi wa gamer. Remove Brock. Like he was remove Brock. I'm like, like you know this man wasn't Japanese because like you already know, like if you watch anime and subtitles, bro, like the way they talk, bro, like they have a certain dialect and the way they talk and everything. Like this dude was trying his damnedest to speak Japanese. This motherfucker was only speaking like Watashi wa gamer and all that other stuff.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. It's like I said, I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe I gotta look at it like this.
Yeah.
The way things go, you can't make everybody happy. So there are going to be people who are going to be upset by things, and we just got to ignore them. Like, we're going to ignore the trolls. We're not going to feed them.
Yeah.
And we're just going to move on, because I think we do this every single time they decide to say, oh, we don't want that type of character in there. Then it gives them power. So we just got to ignore the next one.
And then back to Stellar Blade, and then I'm gonna drop this. There was a costume in Stellar Blade because you can play Barbie dress up with Eve, and there was a costume that like censored like her titties.
Yeah.
And they got mad and they were trying to put up a petition for that. And I'm just like, bruh, like there's so many other costumes in the game. You can already see her fat ass when you're running. There's so many other, bruh. One of the costumes that I unlocked in the game was literally a whole damn bikini, and like I saw like all her titties went all out, but I saw her titties still. Like, guys, y'all need to chill the fuck out, man.
No, they really do. They really do.
Yeah. But we gonna end it off with this right here. What games you're excited for coming up, man?
Oh wow. Some of the ones that you've already mentioned, definitely. Let me double check here. You can go in.
Yeah, we can do that right now. Games coming out.
It's such a long list that, like, man, especially from October to December, like it's holiday season coming up. Like, get your money ready, please. Save up.
And
save up.
Okay, so we got Dragon Age: The Veilguard. We should have talked about that, but we can talk about that next podcast. Dragon Age: The Veilguard, that's coming out. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I know you want to play that. And then Marvel Rivals.
What about Silent Hill 2?
Silent Hill 2? It's the remake of the original Silent Hill 2. Yeah, you want to play that?
Indiana Jones and the Greatest and the Great Circle.
I don't know about that game, to be honest, bro. I honestly don't know about it.
Enamored by the Indiana Jones. Hopefully it's like, like, I don't know. It's not Tomb Raider, but we definitely played Tomb Raider back in the day. So we talk about women in gaming. Yeah.
Bro, I don't think I played a single Tomb Raider game my entire life.
That's cap. Because I think Auntie Donna had it.
Bro, I don't think bro, I don't think we played. I'm just being dead serious, bro. I don't think I played
You
Tomb
can
Raider
definitely
at all,
add
bro.
Shane. We definitely did. I'm trying to tell
We
you.
can add Shane, but Shane probably don't remember. Shane was like,
What?
bro, Shane was like 3.
Yes, but he also played the PS1, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so what games we got that are coming out that we are excited for? I'm definitely excited for Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Okay. I'm just saying, man, how
Um,
could you forget about Laura Croft?
I never forgot about Laura Croft. Now, no one would never forget about Laura Croft.
Right.
Yeah.
And then think about like she was in mega like pixels too. Like it wasn't like even the best graphics. And look at how you guys are complaining now about like every little thing. Like,
Mario and Luigi Brothership. That's another. That's one of the Mario and Luigi RPGs. Those games are fire. What's coming out in December? Indiana Jones. Okay.
Warhammer 40,000.
Oh yeah, bro. That game came out already, bro. I want to play that. Hey, cuz.
It did.
Yeah, that game came out already. Yeah, we gotta play that game on stream. We gotta play that game when we get all the streaming equipment together, bro.
That's what's up. I was gonna say, if I was a lot younger, SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game.
Oh yeah.
Diablo 4.
The they had a re-release of the SpongeBob game of the SpongeBob. I can't talk. It was a re-release of the SpongeBob old platforming game. That game actually got good reviews. That's probably why that Patrick game came out.
Probably. Just Dance 2025 edition. Yeah.
Man, you know you ain't gonna play no Just
Super
Dance,
Mario
bro.
Party Jamboree. It's lit. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mutants Unleashed. Mutants Unleashed.
Man. Okay, come on. Give me something good now.
Barbie, Project Friendship. That's crazy. But like I say, like there's a game for everybody.
There's a game for
I'm
everybody.
laughing, but that's gonna make somebody happy. That's gonna make somebody happy on October 25th. So please, 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 if you have a daughter or a niece or somebody that's near and dear to your heart that would love a Barbie video game, trust and believe.
Get you some Barbie.
There you go.
Come on. Okay, Warhammer. Yeah, Warhammer came out. Oh, Astrobot. I want to get Astrobot, but I'm trying to get physical copies of games.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm not.
Yeah, they tripping with these
big tripping. Because you know what's crazy? Even if they don't give you a physical copy, like they're not gonna cut the price, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if you cut the price, then my economics will say, oh yeah, let me sign up. But no, they're not. They're charging you the same price to not get the game. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay.
And they said to be announced. Some of it to be announced. Nothing I see so far
what games are coming out in December? Okay, well,
they got Batman Arkham Shadow.
Let me see that.
Well, they haven't announced it yet, but it's supposed to be coming out this year.
Hey, you know you can't listen to everything on the internet, guys.
Oh no, you're right, but like hopefully it's true. That's my optimism coming out for sure. Because who doesn't love a good Batman game?
Have you played the Batman Arkham games?
A little bit, yeah, here and there.
Here and there.
I never beat it, so
yeah. So
DC Dark Legion.
DC
Dark Legion. Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it?
So another quick disclaimer. All of me and my cousin, we are gamers. We do play games.
Definitely.
But like again, we got responsibilities now. Like I say that if we did this when we were younger, because I've always wanted to do stuff like this when I was younger.
Oh yeah, we just didn't know what podcasting was.
Listen,
no idea.
Yeah, we didn't know about podcasting. We didn't know about equipment, and on top of that, we didn't have money.
That's all the stuff.
Yeah. And on top of us not having money, bro, the parents that we had, boy, like we love our parents to death, but it's like they gonna be like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?"
Yeah, if we weren't just reading off Bible verses, this podcast would not have been made years ago. So, like just being very strict, and I understand it, but now we have a little bit more freedom. But still, like you guys can kind of tell, we're not like just off the handle and wild. You're not gonna see like alcohol or drugs up here. You're not gonna see a line of cocaine. So if that's what you came here for, please leave now. I promise you, we'll never get that far.
Yeah,
off the beaten path.
Nah. Well, that about wraps this up, man.
Another episode for Fam Jam with your wonderful host, Champion Brown, and cousin and co-host OttoPilot.
The coolest cousin.
I appreciate that.
Coolest cousin.
I think that title could be shared. shared.
Oh yeah, all right. But yeah. Trust me, I'm working behind the scenes. We're working behind the scenes. I just set up a RSS feed to get us on Snapchat, to get us on Spotify, to get us on SoundCloud, to get us on. I just uploaded the first episode on YouTube. Well, we're not live, but I just uploaded the first episode on YouTube. Check us out, and y'all have a good night. Okay. Yeah, that was. If I can cut this off.